One shot at a time.
You're right, Roy. Just knock it on. Let her rip.
You're playing golf today.
No, I'm not, Grandpa. I'm playing tennis.
You're playing golf and you're going to like it.
You just go home. That's your home. Are you too good for your home? Answer me.
Welcome to the Out the Bunker podcast with DT and Jace.
Hey guys, welcome to the Out the Bunker podcast. I'm DT. Unfortunately, my normal co-host Jace is unfortunately he's been deported for some comments made about South Africa, so that's a little bit disappointing. However, I do have a very special guest with me, which I'll introduce to you a little bit later. First things first, I want to just discuss some of the things that we spoke about in episode number 2. And that was, we discussed some stereotypes, and a couple of things that people seem to enjoy was our, I guess, non-PC vibe that we have. We try to keep things a little bit PC, but at the same time, I guess, feelings are feelings and facts don't care about them. So the other thing I needed to correct, because I have been corrected multiple times by everyone, I forgot who the actual rock artist was. That was like, I was trying to think about it. I just couldn't think about it. The person was Alice Cooper. All right, he was the one that stated golf is an addiction. And he goes on to tell this amazing little speech that just warms my heart. And the last thing, Jason was totally incorrect about the cost of a G-Wagon. For those people who think a G-Wagon is $1 million, scratch that. It's $363,451, so take that. And a Phantom, all right, my $1 million car that I wanted, right, that Jason burned so quickly, is actually $915,400 in Australia. So if I had $1 million, I'm smashing out the Phantom. Jace, you can get 3 G-Wagons. Is that right? Maths, I don't know. At least 2.5, all right? But look, without further ado, we're going to get into our podcast, episode number 3. We're going to be focusing on a little bit of discussions about mental health. It's something that I hold dear to my heart. But my guest today, he's been a golf professional since 2005. Excuse me, reading the notes here. Been a golf professional since 2005. He's played in many tournaments, especially some highly notable, such as the Tar Heel Tour in USA. It's based at Pinehurst Resort, but they do travel. He's been focused on coaching his last 8 years, but still has that fire to compete, which is something I love. I love people who get to that level and they go, you know what, I still have it. It's there. It's burning. He's got fingers in many pies, which I don't know what kind of pies he's got his fingers in, but hopefully they're positive ones. But he spent much time educating others about personal branding, sponsorship, which has just been fantastic. And look, in saying all this, his biggest achievement, I think, by far, is he's coached many golfers around WA and around Australia, but he's probably best known for coaching one person twice in his entire career, and that's Jason Tiger Wood. And that actually led him to become a world amateur match race champion. So, Glenn Paul, welcome to the show.
Thanks, mate. It's really, really good to be here.
How's things going? How's life? How's, I guess, the golfing world in WA right now?
The golfing world in WA in particular is absolutely pumping. I mean, as most golfers know, we just can't get a tee time anywhere. I wish golfers would probably stop playing golf. But no, I mean, if they did, then I wouldn't be in business. So, but yeah, Jace obviously hasn't shown up tonight, much like his 2 golf lessons that he had with me 2 episodes in, and can't even follow through with the podcast.
He's been deported a couple of times, is what he's told me, and that's why his visa runs out and then he's got to come back.
Yeah, it's understandable, but yeah, I think so. We're going to be top tonight rather than top deck.
Yeah, we'll be top.
Top.
Right? The deck part has kind of disappeared for the night.
Yeah,
but no, in all honesty, Jason has been caught up with work. He's devastated he couldn't be here because he wanted some banter with you. All right, and he actually wanted to pick your brains a little bit about some other things and get some free lessons.
Yeah, which, obviously he hasn't done in between 2. It's clearly, the 2 lessons he thought it was good enough. Goes down in history, I think, as the least number of lessons that somebody has had with me, but also gone on to become a world champion. So I'd like to take that accolade.
You can take that hat, man. Yeah, take it. Yep. Take it and run with it. So look, we've got you here because we want to discuss some of the things that you're doing with mental health, but we'll start off with some questions that I know I've had. Jason and I have spoken about it when we wrote up what we wanted to talk to you about. So as a couple of amateurs, we literally know zero about what it's like to be a professional golfer. All right. So I guess my first question would be, what's it like being a professional golfer? And then explain to everyone out there and myself, what's the difference between a professional golfer and a PGA Tour golfer?
Yeah, definitely. I think we'd even just start with that, the difference between not even just a professional golfer and a PGA Tour professional, but just a professional golfer and a golf professional.
Yeah.
I think the difference there is a professional golfer is somebody that is actually good at golf and can make some money.
Wow,
Yeah.
you just killed me, right?
Yeah, a golf professional, like most of us, and I guess my title is probably more golf professional than professional golfer these days.
Yep.
We sell Mars bars and fold sweatshirts. So, but no, look, I mean,
But do you
golf
have to sell Mars bars? Mars bars kind of sell themselves.
No, you got to upsell.
gotta
It's all
upsell?
about the upsell.
Upselling,
It's
okay,
all
there
about
you
the
go.
Upsell.
Sorry to interrupt, keep
No,
going.
that's okay. And if it's a king size Mars bar, even better. So
man.
it's more profit.
Yeah, see, now I'm
but, but no, I think golf professionals they go through the PGA traineeship or the play pathway. Membership pathway program that it is now, and they are more of your industry professionals. But
Okay.
then, the players that are good at golf and want to make a career as players go down that pathway and become professional golfers.
Yeah,
So
interesting.
that would be the difference between what most people see as a professional golfer and a golf professional.
Yep.
The difference between a professional golfer
This is
and a
what I wanna hear.
PGA Tour professional, it's really all in the head.
Is it?
It's really all in the head. Yeah. Like, I mean, you stand on the driving range and you guys, while you're in Dubai recently, obviously went to the event. You stand on the range, they all flush it,
Yeah. Yeah, true.
Yep. but they get out onto the golf course and you get 124 players. Half of those guys are playing like crap
Yeah. Okay.
and
Yeah.
they have the weekend off. But it's all mental. And yes, there's some skill involved.
Yep.
But I think a lot of it's personal belief and believing in your ability to succeed as well. I've probably going to go on a little bit different to where you were thinking I was going to go with that. But
Well, no, because I mean, I've seen the skill sets of certain people, and look, I've come to the conclusion that no matter what anyone does with me, my swing is going to stay the same. Right? Everyone looks at my swing and they go, "Oh man, it's so over the top." But you've played with me before, and my ball isn't as slicey as my swing looks, right?
absolutely.
So I've come to terms with that it's not going to change. All right. You look at Matt Wolf. He's got a swing that you look at and you just go, what the heck? How does that work? But man, he kills it.
Yep.
John Rahm's another one, right? This short little backswing and bang, that ball just rockets down the fairway. And I just go, how? Like, that's not a traditional looking swing.
Yep.
So I get what you're saying. I guess, how does the money situation work? And this is one thing I've always wondered, because I've been told, the stereotype that I've been told, not stereotype, but I guess the motive behind people joining golf is money, right?
Absolutely.
Okay, money. However, I've then been told that these people have to pay for their own airfares. Mm-hmm. They've got to pay for their own fees to register, everything like that. Is that the case? Or tell me a little bit about playing in tournaments and what your process is.
Yeah, definitely. And I mean, I can attest to that because that's me flying economy class and staying 5 guys in one bed. Maybe
bedroom,
hotel room, maybe a bed. I don't know if that's your thing, but
okay. My next line of question is going to be very interesting. Right.
No, I think it's what people see as the private jets and the fancy hotels, and like obviously the bigger events have courtesy cars, and you do get all of those great things.
Yeah.
But yeah, the majority of the guys out there are flying economy, and you're staying in budget hotels, and you'll have 3 or 4 of you get into a car and carpool around the place. You've just got to do it. It's expensive.
So you have to pay for all that yourself.
Yeah, absolutely.
So I guess what level? I know when you watch Happy Gilmore, right? Every time he wins a tournament, he gets this big check. Mm-hmm. Obviously, that doesn't happen. Money just probably goes into your account. But at what ranking down? Let's say there's. What did you say is in a tournament?
So if you got 124.
Okay, so let's go 124. Obviously, if you don't make the cut, you get no money. Is that right?
That's it.
So you've just spent all that money and zilch.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's gambling literally every time, right?
It is. Like it's like buying a lotto ticket or betting on horses, probably closer to buying a lotto ticket, thinking that you are going to hit the jackpot.
Yeah.
But also having, I guess, 1 in 124 chance than 1 in, I think, the $200 million, like 1 in 134 million chance of winning. So probably a little bit more chance of winning a golf tournament. But you do, it's tough. You're backing yourself. You're paying flights, accommodation. You've got meals. not knowing if you're actually going to get paid at the end of the week.
Far out. That's wild, man. That doesn't compute with me.
Yep.
Because like we spoke with Jason in the first episode about he didn't even want to give up $170 to join a tournament. And then you got, let's say like yourself, backing yourself going, no, I've got this.
Yep.
Right? And you're forking out thousands. If
Yeah.
I said that to Jason, like, oh, dude, the next tournament we're playing, we're flying to Sydney, right? It's going to cost us airfares and stuff like that. He wouldn't be my friend anymore. He'd be like, nah, dude, you're on your own, man. Like, you can find another black dude to play with. You know what I mean? Like, you can start Top Chocolate or something. Like, we don't need to be Top Deck, right? Like, he would just flat out say no. And I'd probably do the same thing. Like, I just couldn't do it.
Yeah.
So I guess for me, when I see someone like yourself and you said that the skill to the mental side is what it is, you've just explained that. Like, how do you prepare yourself for that mentally?
I mean, really, you've just got to get out there and play. And I think golf professionals and amateurs are probably the biggest culprits, is that they go out and spend all of this time on the driving range trying to perfect their golf swing and hit perfect golf shots, thinking that that's going to make them better golfers.
Yeah.
But you are actually going to improve more by spending that time on the golf course and around the short game area. Because, I mean, if you think about it, right, inside, let's say, 30 meters, realistically, everybody's using the same club. You're pretty much going to pull out, 54 or 56 degree wedge.
Yeah, fair enough.
Putter if good at chipping. If you're in the bunkie, you're
And
probably
you
going to
just called me
knife
out
at
again.
120 back down the
That's
fairway.
twice now you've called me out for bad golf.
Yeah, it's okay. It's okay. We've played together a couple of times, so we can bring it up. So, but yeah, like that's the only time that in golf we're level.
Yeah.
And we can compete. So for the average golfer, if you spend the time around the chipping green and you learn how to chip it close, get up and down from just about anywhere, which is one of the things in the US that opened up my mind to that my game was not where I thought it was. You can all of a sudden compete. Now, realistically, I say to all of my clients that statistically, there's two things that you need to do, maybe three. First one is hit it long. If you want to get better, you need to hit it closer to the green. Doesn't matter if it's in the rough or in a bunker. You statistically, you're going to have more chance of hitting it closer and scoring the closer you are to the green. So we want to hit it longer. So many guys go, oh, I'm hitting my driver no good. I'm going to hit 4-iron everywhere. Why?
Yeah, because your next shot's now a high iron rather than a low iron.
Which you're still going to spray. Or
Or
top.
Okay.
So you wait for the green to clear and then you top your 3-wood.
It's
what we do. I'm guilty of that too. It's all good. Yeah. So it's
I get it.
Yeah, we do that. So we hit it longer off the tee, and then we eliminate 3 putts. So we work on distance control on the green, but then we learn how to get up and down, and we learn to chip really well. If you can do those 2.5, 3 things, you will immediately become a better golfer. And you don't achieve that by standing on a driving range hitting 120 balls with driver.
I get
trying to hit everything perfectly straight.
I guess that makes sense to me. You know what I mean? Like, but there will be average golfers out there, and Jason and I always talk about like couch. What does he call it? Couch coaches. He called it couch coaches, right? So I know even myself, I've played with guys, all right, and not for them to get sensitive or upset when they hear this, but I've played with guys who are on a 25, 26 handicap, and they're giving me advice. Out on the golf course, like, oh, just try this, try that. And I ask them, like, oh, where'd you see that? And they're like, oh, I was watching it on YouTube. And I'm like, that's great, man. Like, sweet. What have you done to change what you're doing? Like, you're watching these things, but what have you done? Like, I'm comfortable with where I'm at. I made a bad mistake. I'm strong enough to then go, okay, put that out of my head and move to the next one. All right? But yeah, you got couch coaches out there that are literally on TikTok and they're making all this money hitting these bad shots, but then saying, well, this is how you need to do it. And people see that and they just go, okay, I'm going to try this. I'm going to practice this. They won't bother going to a coach. Right? They won't pay the money to do that, but they'll go spend the money at a driving range, like you said, and thinking that they're practicing well. Like, that doesn't make sense to me. That's just throwing money down a well and hoping that, like a leprechaun pops out and goes, hello. It's not going to happen. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's just me, just behind the come get a lesson. Come get a lesson.
Yeah, well, but that's right. I mean, that's what you should be doing, correct? And I know yourself and Alicia I wanted to kind of get into this, plug you a little bit and help you out, as you guys were starting a Finding Fairways TV. Mm-hmm. Tell me a little bit about that. Like, what's this all about? I'm interested. I'd love to get on there because, like, I love golf. But just tell me a bit about it.
Yeah, definitely. So I think Finding Fairways has it's evolved from a concept that I had a few years ago, and obviously mental health is a space that I'm really passionate about, and every TV show that's out there around golf, and I won't mention them. It's not just in Australia, but around the world. There's a lot of golf content out there.
We don't want to
these
upset
days.
anyone yet.
But they're typically playing with celebrities and other golf pros. We can get that content online because people post that stuff all the time.
Yeah.
We don't need to know what Rory McIlroy had for breakfast, or what Tiger did as he was coming out of a hotel room, whatever. It might be.
We know what he did when he came out of a hotel room. We all know what.
Anyway, please don't sue me. That's no. I definitely do not have the money to get sued by Tiger Woods right now. So I guess the concept sort of evolved into, well, what's something that golfers want to watch and consume that's relevant to them. Mm-hmm. Where to play, where to stay, what to do.
Yep.
And it's come back into being more about golf travel and tourism and lifestyle, as opposed to just shoving golf down everyone's throat.
Yep.
And the more people that I've spoken to about it, and as we're as we're kind of producing everything and getting it together, recently I was in Sydney playing the Jack Newton Celebrity Classic and was talking to the awesome event too, but was talking to the wife of one of the celebrities, and she's like, I hate golf, absolutely hate golf, but if there was a show where you were telling me that I could go to a day spa and just drink champagne or sit at a restaurant
while hubby's playing golf,
while he's out playing golf, I'd watch that.
Yeah.
And it's not
just
like a
getaway for golf, right?
Exactly right. Yeah. Exactly right. And it's about showing that golf is inclusive and that it is for everybody, and that a trip away doesn't need to mean it's the boys all going down to Margaret River
and just getting
absolutely sauced. Yeah. You can take your wife or your girlfriend or your partner down and have a little romantic getaway, or you can go somewhere, Bustleton, fantastic place for the kids.
Still get sauced and then go play golf while they're...
while the partner's at home with the kids. No. So it doesn't have to be... it doesn't have to just be a game for the guys.
Yeah.
Which, obviously, as you've touched on before, there is this very big, I guess, disparity in golf and between men and women and juniors. And yes, there's this big push to promote ladies and juniors to get back into the game or play more golf.
Yeah.
But the industry also has a lot of roadblocks around that.
Tremendously, man.
Definitely.
I mean, we touched on it last episode about how expensive golf is. Mm-hmm. And it's just not accessible for a lot of people. I mean, and this is nothing against you guys as coaches, because you deserve to make your money. Like, you guys have put the time and effort, and I'll always respect that, right? It's like my dad always says, you know what? He'll always pay for good food, right? Because there's time, there's love, there's care put into that food. So he doesn't mind paying for a good meal. But he's not going to go pay the same price for a McDonald's hamburger that's just been slapped together in 30 seconds.
Yeah.
Right? So it's the same thing with golf. If you're a professional, you deserve to get paid. Mm-hmm. But then at the same time, if you're starting out, $100 for a lesson is just tough. Like, for young families out there, single mums and stuff like that, that want to get their daughter into something, maybe spend some time with it. And I guess that's where I've really enjoyed. I've just got my daughter into golf, and it's cool being able to just go out with her and walk around with her for 4 hours.
Yep.
Like, she comes with me every now and then, and she just cruises around with me. It's cool to just spend that time, right? Other sports, you can't do that, right? And that's the one thing that gets me. Like basketball, you can sit and watch, but you can't actually be actively involved. You can yell at them from the sideline, do this, do that, and be the bad parent, right?
You don't do that on the golf course, though?
Once again, you're calling me out, Glenn. That's 3 times.
I'm just saying,
No.
My kids are trying to hit balls. What are you doing? No.
I'm just like, earmuffs for a second. Dad just played a bad shot. Earmuffs. Oh man, you called me out again. Look,
stop rustling that packet of chips in my backswing.
To get into the nitty gritty of, I guess, why you're here. So I've been a huge advocate over the past 7 years of my life, very social in regards to men's mental health, purely because I've seen the stats, and I'm going to go through some of them with you. I've seen the stats, and then I've seen how much time and effort actually goes into young boys and young men that are dealing with things compared to the other flip, right? So even working in education systems and stuff like that, they will promote women's domestic violence against women. They'll promote all these other things, but then it gets to Men's Mental Health Week, and there's nothing. It's silence.
Yeah.
So I've always just gone, you know what, all-star females, this is what happens. And I do like a 7-day update statistic-based type thing, right? And I've actually had some teachers come back to me and go, thank you so much for bringing this to light. My husband's been dealing with this, right? And sometimes even as a partner, there's no one that I can talk to, right? Because they feel awkward in doing that.
Yep.
All right. So I'll give you some stats here. All right. The stigma behind men's mental health from older generation, for me, I still feel like it lives on. Like if I went up to my dad and said, hey, mate, how are you? Are you okay? I love him, but he's Croatian, stubborn, right? He is never once going to be like, look, man, I've just really had a tough time. I've had a bad day today. They just won't do it.
No.
Older dudes just won't do it, and that's their upbringing, right? I think it's their upbringing. 1 in 8 men will have depression in their life. Okay, 1 in 5 men will experience anxiety at some stage in their lives. Now, this is the part where it gets scary. There's over 3,000 deaths per year that are related to suicide in Australia every year. I know you know the answer, all right? Give me the number of how many out of that 3,000 are men.
It's about 70. I was looking at this just before the show. It's sitting about like 76%.
76% of men,
Yeah.
right, out of that
Scary.
statistic
It's
are
really,
committing
really scary.
suicide. Like, that's insanely scary, and I just don't understand how that doesn't get brought up. Even on TV, it's like taboo to talk about it. You know what I mean? Like we have, rightfully so, we have like Gay Pride Week, right, in sports, right? They do Pride round in sports and stuff like that. When do they do a men's mental health round? Every now and then they might in some sports, but like to me, that should just be driven, so driven. And I'll give you some other ones here. All right. So men make up 56% of the workforce. 90% of all workforce fatalities are men. All right. Because of the jobs that they're involved in.
Yeah.
Okay. The top 3 reasons for reduced lifespan in men are cardiovascular. Second is suicide. And the third one is motor vehicle accidents.
Yeah.
Like they're all so preventable, yet we don't discuss it. Like super preventable.
Yeah.
Cardiovascular disease, eat better, exercise, right? Yep, there'll be some genetics, but just take care of yourself, right? But you see a fat dude running around, you say something to him, it's like, oh, you're body shaming. It's like, no, man, I'm trying to help you because by 40, you might be dead.
Yeah.
You know, and I mean, I'm no peak of physical athleticism right now compared to when I was playing, but it just boggles my mind. So, look, when we come back, we're going to discuss with Glenn how he's used golf as a strategy to combat mental health.
Yeah.
And then he's going to go into a little bit about what he's doing in that space. Hey, guys, welcome back. I'm DT. I'm here with my special guest, Glenn Paul.
Great to be here.
Look, before we go any further, please make sure you follow Glenn Paul Golf on Instagram. He's done some very impactful things around the mental health space, and that's kind of where we're going to get into now. Please make sure you like, follow, subscribe to everything that Glenn does. He's a good mate of ours, and the work that he's doing is just phenomenal, and it's something that we can get around, and we can all get around and should get around. So look, Glenn, you've spoken to me before about using golf as a way to battle some mental health struggles that you've had yourself, that you've seen other people have. Please divulge.
Yeah, I guess my position as a coach, I feel like it's a very unique and valuable opportunity where people invest their time and their money and put their trust in you, not just to help them improve their golf game, but to, I guess, build those relationships. And I've always strived to create an environment where my clients feel like they're seen and heard, and that the space in that studio where they've got me for an hour, they have my attention, and that it's a safe space. Because I guess a golf lesson, one-on-one, whether it's on a driving range or in a studio, and I've been primarily in a studio for the last few years.
Yeah.
It's still very intimidating. And it's very confronting.
100%. Especially when you're not good too. Like, it is confronting, yeah.
Yeah, and I guess most people come into that lesson environment thinking that everything's wrong. And the golf pro is going to rip my swing apart because Bill, that's given him a few tips on the range, goes, oh, I used to see a pro and he changed my grip, my stance, and my posture, and I hit it like crap, and biggest waste of money of my life.
Yeah.
So I kind of get that. So we want to try and break down that intimidation factor and just have this nice relaxed environment. And I think from doing that, I've been able to share some really special moments with quite a number of clients. And the one that I always tell everybody is when I was coaching at Carramar Golf Club, so up north of Perth.
Yep.
I had a lady come to me and she booked an hour for a lesson, new to golf, never touched a golf club before. And we got through the hour and she improved. It was good. 3 days later, booked in another lesson. I thought, oh, this is, you back quickly. That's okay. She had the hour lesson. That was it. Went off. Next week, she booked in 2 lessons. That third lesson that she came to me, she said to me, I have no interest in learning how to play golf. And I had to take a step back and say, well, what's going on here? Like you've already had, we're 3 lessons in. What are you doing here?
Yeah.
And she said, I think it was a 5 or 6 year old daughter had passed away. And this always gets me because she needed that time away because she had so many family and friends and everything around that it was just so overwhelming in the home environment. She didn't really know how to, I guess, handle her grief and deal with grief. So golf became her outlet. And not only was it golf became her outlet, that hour twice a week that she spent with me for, it was about a month or so, was her opportunity to switch off and disconnect from the reality of life.
Yeah, that's deep, man.
And to know that somebody's put that time and that trust in you, and then you've created an environment where they feel safe enough to share that with you.
Yeah.
That's worth more than anything that I ever do as a coach.
Yeah.
I could turn somebody into a PGA Tour player, and I've got a couple of players that are well on their way to doing that.
Yeah, Jason. Yeah.
Well, he's world champion already, so it's like highlight. But yeah, like this here to have such a profound impact on somebody's life in a monumental life experience means a lot. And that's coming from me that's dealt with a lot of loss in my life. Like I lost my dad just before my 16th birthday, and I owe a lot of what I've done in my career to Dad introducing me to golf.
Yeah.
And so like the day that he passed away, I was down at the golf course and playing in the Saturday comp.
Yeah.
Because that's what he would have wanted me to do.
Yeah, and that's how you connected.
Yeah. And it's so that's that journey. And I mean, I've got plenty of funny stories about Dad when he was in hospital and unwell as well that I bring up in a lot of lessons. But it's, the golf just has this innate ability to connect people.
Yeah.
And to
100%,
share stories and to just build those connections. And I think that's what I value the most in my job is the ability to connect with people and build those relationships, because that's just the foundation of everything.
Yeah.
And if you don't have that relationship, the trust and everything, then it just becomes transactional.
Yeah.
And I don't look at any single person that walks through the door and sees me for a lesson as being a transaction.
Yeah, man, that's deep. Like it's deep from that perspective, because just as you're saying that, I'm sitting there going, it is such a connected sport. Like I know there's been times where I'm at a football game or whatever watching, and you stand next to people that you don't know, right?
Yep.
At the end of the match, you don't shake their hands. Like, because you're just spectating. You're standing next to someone. You might have a quick combo with them.
Yep.
Like, oh, what'd you think of that, right? When you're on the golf course, you can get paired up with, if you're there by yourself, you can get paired up with, or trioed up with 3 other people that you don't know. At the end of that round, you've spoken to them, you've built a connection, you take your hat off, you shake hands, and you might have a beer afterwards.
Yeah.
Together.
Yeah.
And you know what? If you exchange details and stuff like that, you might play together again. Like, Jason and I just caught up with Watto, who we played with in Dubai, because he's a WA boy. Right? We just caught up with him again on Sunday. We only played with him for one. Oh, no, we didn't even play with him when we were over there, but we connected just through the game of golf.
Yeah.
And we were just like, far out, man. Like, and when you say that, it does, like, especially being a father myself, like the thought of losing a 5-year-old, 6-year-old, like, what do you do? You know what I mean? Like, how do you take that hit? And you do need to find something.
Yeah.
So look, if there's anyone out there looking for lessons, even just to hang out, life lessons, learn something new, all right, I always encourage people to just try something different. Don't think golf is this game that is just so tangibly, like, impossible to learn. It's not. Remember what all the people who don't play golf say? It's easy to hit a ball that sits on a stick.
Yeah.
Right? Conor McGregor just said that. I recently posted it on our thing saying that Conor McGregor claimed that golf isn't even a sport. It's a game. And I was like, okay, well, you come out and play.
Yeah.
Like, he gets that it's difficult, but he's like, well, where's the physicality? Where's the stuff? And I was like, man, I've seen you do workouts. I was like, if you do it properly, golf's a physical sport.
Yeah.
Not in terms of, like, how many people have back issues from playing golf, from the twisting and hips and everything?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, they have it. So, look, in saying that, I appreciate everything you've said. And I'd love to talk more in depth about this, but I want to finish off with 2 little games. All right.
Let's do it.
The front 9, we were going to have you and Jason play a game, but I'm just going to ask you a couple of questions.
Yeah, that's okay, because obviously he didn't show up again.
Well, I told you, he's
I'm just
been
going to really
deported, bro.
reinforce that. I'm really going to reinforce that.
He's gone home, all right? He's been sent home.
I'm still disappointed. 2 golf lessons, nothing. 2 podcast episodes,
Well,
nothing.
do you just want to come on then? Or do you just come on every week? Okay.
Might have to.
All right, so look, who has more tour wins? Tiger Woods or Jack Nicklaus?
It's Jack Nicklaus. You're actually going to embarrass me here on
I
the
am
podcast.
going to embarrass you. I'm testing you.
Hey, I've got...
It's actually Tiger Woods
Is it really?
with 82. All right? And do you know he's
Jack
tied
Nicklaus
with
has got more
someone?
majors, though.
He's got more majors.
Yeah.
But do you know who he's tied with? Old school golfer. Sam Snead.
Right.
So if Tiger Woods wins one more tour, he now takes the top for ultimate tour wins with 83 if he wins one more. So he's got to get one more.
Chances of that happening, though?
Slim.
Good.
All right. Yeah.
Agreed.
So this is where I wanted Jay. So what country was Elon Musk born? I did not know this until I looked it up.
Is he even human? Sorry, if you're not...
Where
I hope you're
was
not,
Elon Musk born?
I hope you're not planning on trying to get Tesla on as a sponsor.
No.
Because I've just screwed that for you. Mars.
Yeah, you're close. South Africa.
Okay.
All right. I didn't know that. Paulie,
Interesting.
did you know that? I did not know
Did
that.
you really?
I thought he was a Yank.
No.
I could have sworn he was just an American guy that was just weird. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, okay.
All right. What legend of golf allowed his name to be used for a mixture of a drink?
Oh, that's Arnold Palmer. I lived on that stuff while I was living in the States.
Arnie Palmer?
Yeah.
Do you know the mixture?
It's iced tea and lemonade.
Oh, that's pretty good, man. All right.
Vodka in there if you need to.
Yeah. See, this is where I kind of wanted
Unless you're
to have
under
some
18,
fun with it.
don't
So,
drink.
which 5-letter word that starts with a P do women always love to put their hands on?
A pencil. Is that even 5 letters? Now I've gone back to like 3rd grade.
Yeah, no,
English.
that's 6.
Is it really?
Come on, man. This is easy. A 5-letter word that starts with P that women like to put their hands on. You can say it. I know you're thinking it.
It is. It's that one. It's not the penis, though.
It's not.
No.
It's not. It's the
not.
purse.
The purse.
Yeah.
Do they carry purses, though? It's all tap on their phone.
Oh, well, now it's that. But
Yeah.
All right. In Happy Gilmore, what is the prize for winning the tournament championship? What are they pining for? Don't make Paulie answer this, surely, because he's a product of the 80s, man, 90s. Like, what are they pining for?
I'm actually embarrassed to say that I can't give you the answer there when I've watched it so many times.
Come on, man. Gold jacket,
Paulie.
green jacket. Who gives a
No, they just...
The gold jacket, man.
gold
Remember he
jacket.
runs off with it?
Oh, yes.
He runs down the hill with
Yeah.
it. That's like,
Yeah.
and you just see that big dude running after him like, hey, that's Happy Gilmore.
That's it.
All right. Can you remember the song that Happy Gilmore sings into the intercom when his girlfriend breaks up with him?
Oh, that's it. I want to kiss you all over.
Keep going. You got to sing it. Keep going. Keep going.
Till the night closes.
Yes, I love it. I love
that's
it. I was
great.
hoping you would sing that
Very
for me.
good. Very
Nice
good.
voice too, by the
Thanks,
way.
mate. Thank you.
If you need any karaoke singers or any wedding singers,
Definitely
please.
don't book me.
All right. So the next one. This is what we wanted to do was the back nine. Mm-hmm. All right.
I'm struggling on the front nine.
Now this is
I'm
this or
just
that, or would you
limping.
rather? So it's this or that, or would you rather?
Okay.
All right. Spit or swallow seeds in grapes.
No, definitely. Geez,
I got
spit.
you, didn't I?
Did.
Yeah.
You did. Definitely spit.
Okay. Yeah. I had to throw that in there. Okay. Is it drive to win or putt to win?
No, definitely drive.
Drive.
To win.
Okay. Fuel or electric?
Fuel.
Fuel. So
Yeah.
you're old school head, like love roar the engine,
Yeah.
polluting the earth. Like, no, I'm joking. I'm joking.
Isn't TikTok going around saying that electric cars are actually worse
Yeah,
for carbon
maybe.
emissions? Yeah, but
I'm getting an electric
I
car.
filled up on the way here for $2.15. I think
that's
it was.
pretty good.
It's brutal.
All right. So would you rather travel for free forever or eat for free forever?
Ooh, I'd probably say travel for free. Two parts. Food's less expensive than an air flight.
Yeah.
And traveling around would make it a hell of a lot easier for filming, for finding fairways
Yeah,
as well.
okay, fair
'cause,
enough. I like how you
stuff's
put that little-
expensive. There we go.
Little dig in there. All right. Would you rather? I can't speak English. Would you rather live in a world where you dance instead of walk, or sing instead of talk? So every time you walk, you got to strut something. You got to boogie down to something, right? Or every time you talk, you got to be like, "To the night closes in." Welcome to the podcast.
I can't stand High School Musical and all of those kinds of things. As much as I probably latch on to a word or two and then break out in a song
Yeah.
anyway, I'm no Zac Efron, that's for sure. So I would probably say dance, but my dancing skills are probably on par
Okay.
with the singing skills. So I'm probably handicap-wise for singing and dancing, I'm at least a
Equal.
36.
Okay.
Yeah.
Fair enough.
Yeah,
All right.
I need a couple of shots every hole.
All right, this is an interesting one. Would you rather clog the toilet on a first date or clog the toilet on your first day at a new job and your boss walks in after?
Probably the new job.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Not even the first date?
Who's going out to a
I don't know,
girl's
but
house
imagine
on
your
a first
boss, like,
date, though?
imagine you taking this, you know what, and your boss just walks in and, dude, that place is just a mess. Like, you flushed it and the water's running out everywhere. Like, come on, man.
Ooh.
Are you keeping your job?
Oh, look, I'd probably want to just go to a new job than try and find another date,
Just
though.
blame it on someone else. Like, oh, man, I walked in and it was just like this. Like,
Yeah.
I don't know what. Why did you go to the same stall then,
Yeah.
Glenn?
There might only be one in there. Why are you in the...
Why you? All right, last one. Wogs or Poms?
I'm half British, so
Oh, you had to go
Yeah.
Poms.
Yeah.
Damn, man.
Yeah.
I'm Wog. I'm full Wog.
you're fully sick.
Fully sick, bro. All right. Well, look. Thank you for coming in. It's been an absolute pleasure.
Mate, thank
All
you for
once
having me.
again, it's been amazing to catch up with you outside of the golf course as well, for once. To all our viewers at home, please stay tuned. Please be sure to like, subscribe, follow us on Instagram, TikTok, every single platform possible. And hopefully our next podcast, we will have Jason back. If not, Glenn subbing
be
in
here.
again, but Jace will be gone for a couple of weeks anyway. So we'll see how we go. But thank you once again. Much love and peace to everyone.
Yeah, thanks for having me on. And I will just point out as well, if you are struggling and you're dealing with some personal crisis, Lifeline is available 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. 13 11 14 is the number to call, but they are also available via text 0477 13 11 14. And you can jump on the website for a live chat as well. So somebody is always there
Love it.
available to help. So please reach out.
Love it. Thank you, guys.
Thanks
Peace
for having
out.
me on. Nice, guys.
That's the stuff. One shot at a time.
You're right, Roy. Just knock it on. Let her rip.
You're playing golf today.
No, I'm not, Grandpa. I'm playing tennis.
You're playing golf and you're going to like it.
Just go home. That's your home.